Spring is here and it's been busy around the homestead, but I wanted to give you a quick update. So, first thing is, I have this meadow in the front of one of the properties, and I usually let it grow up, and it's great for pollinators, it's great for birds, and it's also a little bit of habitat for things like rabbits. So, in first week of April, I usually knock it all down. Depending on how it goes, if there's any invasives in there, I'll either spot treat or I'll actually hit it a little bit more. Let's go down towards the bees. So in a different video, I actually had to do a post-mortem on a majority of our hives. We had a lot of dead outs. Some were because of, we lost one because of the bear, lost one because it looked like maybe moisture was getting into the hive. Looks like we lost 2 from Varroa, and we lost 2 that were they were late season splits. So I wasn't completely surprised that we lost those. But I'll do a different video on the post-mortem of those hives and what to look for when you're doing a post-mortem. But the hives that we have left, they're doing strong. They've been going out, getting pollen. And the good sign is when you have bees bringing in pollen, that means that they have brood. So that is a great, great, great sign. Excited for this year. So since we are renting this property out, vacation rental, Airbnb, VRBO, I'm just up the road, about 2,000 feet, but still I wanted to keep a better eye on the bees. So I hooked up a IP camera, and I'm working on actually live streaming that. So if anyone wants to see the bees, and I'm also working on doing a long-term time lapse. I'm going to show a little hint of maybe what it would look like, but so that's it. I can monitor all the bees. And also I'm working on the BeeBot 2.0. It's going to incorporate weight. It already has temperature, already has humidity, so that's exciting. I just have to do a little tweaks. The prototype version is up and running. It's working great. I just got to do some fine tuning on the frame that actually will weigh the beehives. Nature just pushes on through. Look at that. It just went right through the bark. That is absolutely hilarious. Okay, so since we are mountain flat up here, meaning we live on a mountain and nothing is flat, this is my DNR. It's a 30-inch deck walk behind brush mower, and this thing gets a workout. It is amazing. It is a 656cc. This motor is as big as the motor of my first motorcycle. I mean, just amazing. It's got, let's see if you can see this. It's got disc brakes, so it's a form of a power steering. So if you want it to turn one direction or another, you squeeze that disc brake and the thing will go in that direction. This thing is a workhorse, man. So I've been using this a lot last couple days. So like I mentioned, in April I started doing a lot of brush clearing. So in about an hour I cleared all of this. It goes down there a ways. I'll walk down there in a second, and it goes up there. So a couple minutes ago, this was all this stuff. Now I can't get that walk behind on this bank because it's a little too steep, so I'll hit this with a trimmer. But that's how high it'll grow in a season. And you might ask, why not knock that down in the fall? Now the reason I did it is I've had the USDA up here about just things like habitat for birds, songbirds, pollinators, and what they advised was leave it up because it's great habitat. You just got to manage it, and truthfully, when it's brown like this and it's not green, it's not too hard to knock down. Now I also need to go through here, and we had the power company actually come through here, and they did some clearing, and there's still a lot of debris. I don't know if you can see this. There's just debris kind of hiding out everywhere, so I need to go through here. I probably also need to hit this with my landscaping rake, and it'll be nice, and then throw some seed down, maybe even something for the pollinators, maybe buckwheat, clover. But you can see everything that I cleared. So I don't know about where you're at, but I've been having a lot of wind on the mountain, and that tree was not on the garage at the start of the season. So definitely I got some few down trees at the property that I need to clean up. So this is the bed and breakfast, the first house. Been having some issues with, it almost looks like sediment inside of our house filter. So like the other property, I'm adding a spin down filter before the whole setup. That should help out a lot. Also, just like the other property, I am installing a cycle sensor. So this will measure the amp draw on the pump. So if for some reason it's running dry, it'll shut it off. Also, it will see if the cycles are happening too frequently, and it'll also shut off. So this simple little, you can get it on Amazon, I think it's $140, $150, could save you $3,000 or more because you don't have to replace your pump. So that's going to be going in today.